Welcome back everyone and happy to see you all again. Today let's discuss a very common TDS provision which is mentioned under 194J and it is applicable while paying professional fees or fees for technical service. And its amendment on account of February 2020 annual budget. So let's get into details. As I've mentioned earlier, this 194J is very common for all type of SSEs. So let's get into details. So before moving on, let's understand the objective of this video, okay, or the agenda we can say. It is understanding the existing provisions under 194J first, and then changes under section 194J on account of annual budget 2020. And again, the definitions of technical services and professional services and certain practical issues dealt in with these definitions. So these are the main agenda of this topic. Again, starting with the deductor. Let's understand who exactly is the deductor. So it says any person, deductor means the person required to deduct tax, TDS. Okay, so any person other than individual or HUF while making certain type of payments, other than individual and HUF while making certain type of payments over a threshold required to deduct TDS under 194J. And deductor can be individual or HUF only when their total sales or gross receipts or total turnover from the business or profession exceeds monetary limits specified under 44AB in the preceding financial year and while making a sum by way of professional fees or technical services. It simply means, and again before moving on to that, if you are not sure about the limits under 44AB, then I have done a separate video on the limits under 44AB. Please go through that video and you will get a complete picture of the limits. Again, I'll give you an example. Say I'm an individual. Okay, and in 2020-21, my turnover is 6 crores. And as you know, in 2021, if my turnover is 6 crores, then it exceeds the limit mentioned under 44AB. And in 2021-22, I am supposed to deduct what? TDS under section 194J if certain conditions are satisfied. Then if my total sales, gross receipts or turnover exceeds monetary limit specified under 44AB in the preceding financial year, then I am supposed to deduct TDS in 21-22 under 194J. That's what the section states about. Moving forward, now let's understand on what type of payments TDS is required to be deducted. Starting with the deductor while making payment to a resident payee. The main thing that you have to focus is the payee should be a resident. If the payee is a non-resident, then 194J will not come into the picture. It will be guided under 195. Okay, and payee being a resident and the payer while making any sum by way of either fees for professional services when the aggregate sum exceeds rupees 30,000 or while making fees for technical services when aggregate sum exceeds rupees 30,000. Again, there is another threshold. If in case of a royalty, again a threshold of 30,000 is applicable. And in case of a non-compete fee or any payment received for not sharing intangibles, that means payment for exclusivity, again there is a threshold of 30,000. And in case of any remuneration or fees or commission paid to a non-employed director without any threshold, that's what 194J states about. Simple example I can say a company says paying royalty to JK and the amount of royalty, say it is 55,000 rupees. Amount of royalty paid is 55,000. Then what will happen? TDS is required to be deducted on this entire 55,000 under the rate specified under 194J or in the rate specified under 194J. So this entire 55,000 on this entire 55 TDS is required to be deducted. This 30,000 acts as a threshold only for checking whether 194J will come into the picture or not. Okay, it is not in excess of 30. On this entire 55 TDS is required to be deducted while making the payment to a resident payee. Again, and for the last one, that means for remuneration or fees paid to a non-employed director, there is no threshold. For each and every rupee, TDS is required to be deducted without any threshold limit and all. Again, moving forward, now we will understand the rate of TDS. For fees for technical services, the rate, the department has brought it down to 2% with effect from 1st April 2020. Earlier it was 10%, and annual budget 2020 brought this rate to 2%. Again, in the case of royalty in nature of consideration for sale, distribution or exhibition of cinematographic films. That means if you are paying a royalty which is in relation to sale or distribution or exhibition of cinemas, again the rate of TDS is at 2% with effect from 1st April 2020. Earlier, this was also under 10% limit. And again, if the payee is engaged only in the business of operation of a call center, that means the payee, okay, if he is engaged in the business of operation of call center, then the rate is at 2%. And earlier also it was 2%. And for other royalty, professional fee, etc., etc. For the other sums which I have discussed in the previous slide, for all other sums, the rate is 10%. Okay. Moving forward, the time of deduction. It is as usual, either at the time of credit, either when the deductor or the payer puts a credit in his books of accounts, or while making payment, whichever is earlier is the time for deducting TDS. And moving forward, it is relaxation for individuals and HUFs. Again, there is another relaxation for individual and HUF. In the first slide, we have discussed the relaxation for individual and HUF. Again, there is another relaxation. It says an individual or HUF is not required to deduct TDS or tax if fees for professional service is paid exclusively for personal purpose. I've taken a professional service, say for example a service of a doctor, and it is not for my business. I've taken that service for my personal purpose, for my family. Then I need not deduct TDS under 194J even if my turnover goes over the limit which is specified under 44AB. That's what the act says. Individual and HUF, while making the payment, and the service, professional service, it is only applicable for professional service, and the professional service has been taken for personal purpose, then 194J will not come into the picture. It is a relaxation for individual and HUF. Moving forward, let's understand the definition. This is the most important part of this video. Fees for a technical service is explained or is defined as a part of explanation 2 to section 9 subsection 1 clause 7. It says any consideration, including any lump sum consideration for rendering of any of the following services. And it starts with a managerial service, or it can be a technical service or a consultancy service, or provision of services of technical or other personnel. If I'm making a payment in relation to these 4 services, then it is called as fees for technical service. And it also gives out, it is expressly provided that the term fees for technical service will not include the following types of consideration. And there is 2 exclusions as well. They are saying consideration for any construction, assembly, mining or like project, or consideration which is chargeable under the head salary. So these 2 will never come under the ambit of fees for technical service. Got my point? Now, currently the rate for fees of technical services is at 2% with effect from 1st April 2020. And moving on with the definition of fees for professional service. And it says professional service means a service which is in relation to legal, medical, engineering, architectural, accountancy, technical consultancy, interior decoration, advertising and other profession as it is notified by CBDT. And the notified professions are authorized representative. It can be a person who represents a client or any person in, for example, in a court or something, or it can be a film artist and company secretary services, and specified sports persons are also notified persons by CBDT. So these services are called as professional service. And as you can see, this definition for fees for technical service and professional service, both are overlapping, right? If you can see in the definition for professional service, there comes technical consultancy. And if you can check the definition of technical service also, they are saying technical services and consultancy services. So these both are overlapping. So the CBDT must come up with a circular or a clarificatory note to delineate what exactly is fees for professional service and what exactly is fees for technical service. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, the litigations will come. Earlier, it was not required. Why? Because even though the definition was overlapping, for both fees for professional service and fees for technical service, the rate was, TDS rate was 10%. But with effect from 1st April 2020 onwards, fees for technical service has been brought down. The rate has been brought down to 2%. And hence, there is a possibility of more further litigation. Okay, so I hope CBDT will come up with a circular or clarificatory note as early as possible. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. Next Sunday, we'll come up with a new video on income tax. Take care and see you. Bye-bye.